RockStar, Monster, Red Bull, coffee. RockStar, Monster, Red Bull, coffee. He drinks 16 ounces of coffee, adds 3 teaspoons of sugar, licks the walls clean of any caffeine that might have seeped through the concrete walls. This is his asylum. His wrists are locked in place of addiction. He wakes up. More Monster, more sugar, rides the bus for an hour. He works, negotiates for a cup of coffee smuggled in by a fellow addict, and $100 from a 9-hour shift. He gets home, works more, now drinks Monsters to keep himself awake. A 52 gram straw that can't keep his eyes open. Sugar creating their own hands around his throat. When I was little, the monsters my dad saved me from looked more like witches. Now, tall teen can't haunt him, dressed in black and green, tear him from the bed to bring him to shock therapy. You need to stay awake, you need to work, you need to make money, you need to support your family. His body is a wasteland for their concoction. They're building an empire off of his ruins. Father's breath has been turned into a paycheck. Monsters do not call themselves diabetes. Rockstars make him turn corners to sip from their palm. Starbucks is a drug dealer. I watch him disappear. He doesn't see the harm. The nutrition facts were like straitjackets. He sat comfortably, knowing nothing was going to change, consuming at least 12 teaspoons of sugar a day, slowly destroying the cells in his body. He says diabetes couldn't happen to him, as if he wasn't already trapped in these asylum walls, this poison running through him. Artificial energy isn't worth self-destruction. A 9-hour shift, enough money to last 2 days. 1 cup of coffee. Another to keep him awake long enough to work at home. He's only trying to keep his family alive when no one else can. But how can he even pay attention when his mind's been torn apart? His body is slowly dying from the inside out. Doctors tell him to just be active but haven't walked a mile in his shoes. Haven't worked a day with his legs and feel numb. Make a life out of $350 a week. Tell us to eat healthier, eat a day with our mouths. Forced fed sugars we didn't agree to, we just never knew how bad they could be. Maybe, because monsters show up in ads like saviors. Doctors tell him to sleep more. See with his drooping eyes. He is worn out when coffee, RockStar, monsters are not hiding under our beds, but resting nicely on our kitchen counters. For some of us, 3 teaspoons of sugar is just enough to keep a family from being out on the streets, but not enough to keep him alive.